of you on the stage is the 6th grade band. They open tonight's concert, a very unique concert in that if you are a parent of a 6th grader, as you sit here, if you stay and listen to the rest of the concert, you will watch right before your eyes in one night your child grow up. You will see them play as 6th graders. You can remember what they sounded like last year at this time and listen for that improvement. And then, right when they're done, the 7th grade band will perform. And you'll see what your son or daughter will be doing next year at this time. And then the 8th grade band. And then the high school concert band. Then the high school symphonic band. And as always, we invite you at that point into the cafeteria to listen to the middle school jazz ensemble. We're going to open our performance with Sultan Saber. If you are a 6th grade parent, you'll probably notice that our next number is one of the pieces that we've already performed this year. We performed it at the winter concert, and it's called Rhythm Antics. The reason we're doing this again is because the clarinet players in their 6th grade year get to learn a whole new set of notes. Really, really high, really, really hard notes. They all have brand new fingerings, and the way that the composer arranged this piece, it has one clarinet part with the low notes that they've already learned, that they played in 5th grade, and then it has another clarinet part with the high notes. And they're going to demonstrate for you how they've mastered these scary high notes, and they're going to sound wonderful, and they're so confident about it. Just wait and see. This is Rhythm Antics. Before we begin this final number, I'd like to make a couple of announcements. First of all, if you've never been to one of our cherry pie concerts before and you did not understand why it's called the cherry pie concert, it's because we're serving cherry pie over in the cafeteria, starting right now. So as soon as this is over, if you'd like to take a little break, you can have some cherry pie and also some other desserts. And I believe they also have fruit and soft drinks and things like that. It's $1 for a drink and a dessert. The other announcement I would like to make is on behalf of the music boosters. Some of you are half-note and whole-note patrons because you contributed money to the music boosters. Well, if you haven't noticed, a lot of people have the flu right now, including our music secretary in this building. And we knew how important she was, but we didn't realize that everything kind of falls apart when she's out for 3 days. So that was one of the things that fell apart. We do not have the half-note and whole notes in this program this evening. It will be hopefully in tomorrow night's program of the Strings and Things concert. With that, I'd like to finish the 6th grade portion with a song from the 60s, Do-Wah Diddy Diddy. You are welcome to stay and listen to the rest of the concert if you are a 6th grade parent, or go to the cafeteria and have a soft drink and some dessert. We now will welcome our 7th grade band to the stage. As you can see, our 8th graders are now entering the stage, and it is now our turn to entertain you for tonight's concert. Several of the music students in our school district are involved in more than one activity, so we have to share time with the sports and with the dance teams, the drill team, and the step teams. And it's usually the students that are involved in band that are involved in all sorts of activities because they know what kind of commitment it takes to participate in team sports and in dance teams and competitive groups. I'd just like to take this opportunity to congratulate 2 of our drummers who are on the guys' basketball team because they won their Mount Healthy game and got here on time for the concert. So congratulations, Ricky and Anthony. For our first number, we're going to perform for you Play a Simple Melody. a medley of some music from the musical Les Miserables. It's coming in town, by the way, this season at the Aronoff Center if you're interested in taking your children, especially since they've already got a hook into it by performing this literature. It consists of the work song, I Dreamed a Dream, Master of the House, and Do You Hear the People Sing? And in case you're unfamiliar with this work, it's basically a story of a few characters during the French Revolution, and it is about the people who decide to stand up against the royalty and to fight for their freedom. And I hope you hear that as we play for you. popular music always goes around in circles. Sometimes we have a jazzier sound, sometimes with the invention of the, for example, synthesizer. When I was in high school, lots of professional musicians lost their jobs because it was a lot cheaper and it was in to have one or two people on a drum machine and a synthesizer instead of having a whole big band. Well, fortunately for us musicians, swing and big band is coming back in. If you haven't known that yet, if you didn't know that yet, you can see that when you watch the TV and you see the Gap commercials and the Coke commercials. That's all swing and big band and dance. So tonight we're going to celebrate this rebirth of swing with a piece called Zoot Suit Riot. And we're going to create for you on stage. This is a brand new tune, a Zoot Suit Riot. Thank you for coming to our concert so far. We still have for you the high school groups. As the 8th grade band exits the stage, I will remind you that the middle school jazz band, which features a lot of these swinging zoot suit playing fools up here on our jazz portion of the concert and the cafeteria right afterwards. Now I'd like to welcome you to the high school portion of our concert tonight. This is kind of an exciting evening for me personally because this is the first time that I've conducted and been the primary conductor for one of the high school groups. Since I came to Winton Woods, I've assisted at the high school, but with the cuts last year, and there's only 2 band directors now, 2.5, Mr. Kelly is helping us here and there, but he's also working with the choir and the general music. If you've seen Mr. Porter's around, he is subbing for us occasionally when one of us is sick, but there is only 2 full-time band directors working in this district now, and one of the, if I can say it, benefits of the cut for me is to get to conduct this group. It's been an enjoyable experience, and I thank you for allowing me to teach your children. First, we're going to play Angelic Festival. Our next number also features a traditional dance type music, like in the 8th grade swing band that we performed, but this dance is a lot different. We're going to create for you a mambo with Mambo Magic. Our last song obviously featured our flute section and our percussion section. If you notice, every last one of our percussion section was playing on that song. Our next piece will feature one talented musician, well-rounded musician. She is not only in our trumpet section, but she is also in the varsity ensemble, and I believe has made several honor groups around the state of Ohio. I'd like to introduce to you now Laura Westridge. For the 6th grade portion of the concert, you got to hear a tune from the 60s. If you were here for the 8th grade portion of the concert, you got to hear a swing tune from today. And now the concert band here at the high school is going to play a medley from the 70s. So if you enjoyed your experience in the 70s, you're going to enjoy this next piece, Super Hits of the 70s. thank you for coming this evening and supporting your students and our musicians. This almost concludes the auditorium portion of our concert. The last concert group to perform this evening will be the symphonic band, and then we'll come on stage next. And then the middle school jazz band will entertain you in the cafeteria while you have some refreshments. So please stick around for that. Thank you for coming.
I'd like to begin the last part of the concert with the symphonic band with a medley of themes from military movies called March to the Movies. is a tremendous change of taste, several hundred centuries, and completely different style from a lot of music you heard tonight. It's the Frescobaldi Toccata, was written in the 1400s and has been transcribed for band. Is a very, very beautiful but very challenging piece of music, and we are going to be performing this at Contest in March also for each year. And that was really special. I get down off the podium and a couple of them go, "Whoa, that sounded good!" Like they were surprised they were going to sound good. Anyway, our last tune is called "I Got Rhythm." It's a really fun setting of the old George Gershwin tune. And because a couple of our drummers have succumbed to the same flu that I had, I think Mr. Pete Davidson, who's our percussion instructor, is going to fill in on this number for us for two guys who aren't here. So Pete will be two people, or just be one, I'm not sure. There's Pete Davidson in the back right here. This is "I Got Rhythm."